What do you want me to say? Congratulations to the Braves. Alright, everybody, final score 7-6. Like I said in the introduction, congratulations to the Atlanta Braves. Y'all were resilient, didn't give up, capitalized on the opportunities, and yeah, they are leading the National League East 61-42. One of the best records in that conference, the National League. And yeah, they had a top 10 offense when it comes to hitting. So yeah, I feel like we faced a good Atlanta Braves team, even though, you know, they didn't have Ronald Acuna Jr. out there. So yeah, congratulations to the Atlanta Braves. Alright, yeah, we lost. We were one ball away from winning this game. It all started, how the sequence all started was Dylan Beavers walked, then Pete Alonso with a base hit, and Dylan Beavers was able to go up to third. Atlanta intentionally walks Gunnar Henderson. That allows Taylor Ward up to the plate. 3-2. Ground out. And that's it. We go into extra innings. I got 4 words for number 7. Jackson Holiday. These are the 4 words. What were you thinking? What on earth were you doing? I know you were trying to get the ball over to Gunnar Henderson. You overthrew it? You overthrew it. That is wild. That was a costly error because later after that, they were able to score off of that. Andrew Kittredge gives up 4 runs and then a 3-run home run after that. The bullpen, when it comes to allowing runs, didn't do its job, in my opinion. Rico Garcia didn't look bad out there. Same with Tyler Wells. But Andrew Kittredge pitched a ball that was vulnerable to, you know, hitting. And it's not all on the bullpen. It's not all on the bullpen, even though we have a bullpen that's outside the top 20. I still believe Rico Garcia is the best pitcher in the bullpen. But yeah, one thing that really feels like we lost this game was simply because of missed opportunities when it comes to getting runners in from scoring position. I think it was the 5th inning where Colton Cowser, he hit a foul ball. It was so close to getting a home run. You can make a case that was a home run, but that was close. And then we had opportunities. The bases we were in good position. We were in position to capitalize. And, you know, capitalize and get more runs. And it just didn't happen. I think Taylor Ward, one thing that I do need to tell you guys about Taylor Ward, I didn't think he had a bad game, like a horrible game, but when it comes to getting runners in from scoring position, he's definitely struggles with that. The broadcast booth said that, you know, Taylor Ward has like a batting average under 200 when it comes to runners in scoring position. That's just not going to win you games whenever you're in a position and you got a batting average under that. That's just not going to win you games, man. Good teams, good playoff teams capitalize consistently when it comes to getting runners in from scoring position. And it just didn't do that much tonight. Yeah, it just didn't do that much tonight. Yeah, Trevor Rogers, he was our starter. He pitched a good game. Like, I'm not blaming our starter Trevor Rogers because he pitched well tonight. Like, he had command out there. The first start half of the season for Trevor Rogers was not good. Straight up not good, aside from his first 3 starts of the season. But his last 8 starts including tonight, was definitely good. So, yeah, man, Trevor Rogers, He's definitely getting back his command out there on the mound recently. Also, when it comes to pitching, the Orioles signed Kyle Bradish to a 5-year extension, which Kyle Bradish, he ended up stopping the Red Sox 15 win streak. And speaking of the Red Sox, one thing that definitely cost us the first game of the series against the Red Sox around last week was errors. We had 4 errors total in that game. And including tonight, well, we are tied with the Toronto Blue Jays, the Miami Marlins, and tied with those 2 teams when 68 errors. And we're one of the top teams in the league when it comes to getting errors. We're 1 behind the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants for the second most errors. Playoff teams just don't make a lot of those. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, I feel like what lost us this game was not taking advantage of the opportunities when it comes to getting runners in from scoring position, and mistakes. That mistake from Jackson Holiday. What was that, man? Oh, my goodness. Okay, Dylan Beavers had a hit tonight, a walk, did strike out twice, though. Pete Alonso had a couple hits tonight, and, had an effect on tonight's game. Gunnar Henderson, we know how this season has been for Gunnar Henderson. He has struggled. I think his 4-game hit streak ended. Showed some great flashes against the Boston Red Sox, but just his streak ended. He intentionally got walked, like I mentioned, later in the 9th inning. But when it comes to hitting and executing at the plate, didn't really have an effect. Taylor Ward, 2 runs scored and had a hit. So I was able to produce some production. I gotta give a shout out to Colton Cowser. He didn't hit anything tonight, but he definitely had some production. 3 walks, and I believe a couple stolen bases too. So yeah. So gotta give a shout out to Colton Cowser. Tyler O'Neill had a hit in this game. Leody Taveras. So Leody Taveras, 3 at-bats, was able to score 1 run in a walk and got a couple strikeouts. Jackson Holiday, I mentioned him with one of the silliest errors I've seen from him. Had a run in, had a hit, an RBI, and was able to and struck out once. CES, Christian Encarnacion Strand. This is his first game at Camden Yards as a Baltimore Oriole. He impressed me tonight. He absolutely impressed me tonight. Samuel Basayo and Adley Rutschman, they didn't get to play. They're on the IL for 10 days or something like that, from what I've seen. So, yeah, hopefully they can come back soon and get ready to play. CES impressed me tonight. He made an impressive play from third base with a ground out at the very first inning. Had a run off of 2 hits, 4 RBIs tonight. This was an evenly matched game. It all came down to which team was able to execute more in the bigger moments. Fewer mistakes in the bigger moments. And I believe that went to the Atlanta Braves tonight. So when I look at the standings, we're 50 and 54, 3.5 games behind a wild card spot. We're still in this thing, but this game showed you why I said in one of my previous videos that if we even make it to the postseason, we're going to get swept like we've done the previous seasons, because I just don't think we're ready to make a run in the postseason or even have a shot at winning a series in the postseason. I just don't think we're ready yet. So we have talent, of course, like I said, but we're not out of the wild card series just yet. We're not out of a wild card spot yet. And this game tonight just shows you that. So yeah, but overall, man, it was a pretty fun game to watch. Pretty close the entire time, which definitely kept it entertaining. But yeah, man, like I mentioned, congrats to the Braves. We have 2 more games against them, tomorrow and Sunday. Hopefully we can, get our redemption. And then I believe we got the Tigers and then the Philadelphia Phillies. Those are our next series. When it comes to the previous games, that one game against the Dodgers where Ryan Helsley just didn't have any control command out there against the Dodgers, and we ended up losing that one, unfortunately. Okay, so looking at the game since I made my last video, so against the Padres we lost that series. Against the second series we had against the Mariners, we lost that one. Like towards the end of the month of June was just we struggled definitely towards the end of the month. Of June, like I mentioned with that game against the Dodgers, with Ryan Helsley just giving up like 3 runs, and we ended up losing that game. We won against the Dodgers again the next day, and then we absolutely destroyed them on Sunday, the 21st, on Father's Day. We absolutely destroyed them 12-1. Absolutely destroyed them on all phases. So that, at Dodger Stadium, that's impressive. Then we won against the Angels and lost the series. Then we got the Nationals. We lost that series too with that one win we had the first night on the 26th. Then we head into the month of July 4th, heading into July 5th. I think I watched one of those games against the Reds where we lost that one. It was a pitching contest, that's for sure. We lost the series against the Cubs. I think we only have 6 losses this month. And the game against the Cubs, the second game, we had an offensive explosion. It's just pitching was just not there. The series against the Royals did a good job there. It was a team sweep. Pitching and hitting. Execution there. Was able to sweep the series against the Royals. Of course, we got the All-Star break. Adley Rutschman was the only player who was able to get into the All-Star game for the O's. We swept the series against the Houston Astros in Houston. And then we have the Red Sox game, like I mentioned. We lost 5-6. 4 errors in that game. I just feel like that's what cost us the game, was just tons of mistakes. And then we lost against the first game of the doubleheader, and then we won it, which we lost that series. And then we go to tonight's game. That's just a little recap of what series we've played since my last video. And, yeah, man, we were able to start getting some consistency this month. I mean, we've only lost 6 games. That's pretty good. We just need to work on that more. And, yeah, like I said, we're not out of it. I just don't think we're ready. Well, we have a chance. Who knows? We're 3.5 games behind. We can push for a wild card spot. We can still absolutely do that. But if we want to, you just can't be too inconsistent to the point where you're going to get yourself out of it. So I just want to say that there. And, yeah, overall, in conclusion for tonight's game, I felt like this game was evenly matched, but it all came down to which team executed more and made fewer mistakes. And I believe that the Atlanta Braves were that team that was able to capitalize more, take advantage of our mistakes when it comes to fielding and, pitching. When it comes to vulnerable pitches, that was able to be hittable. And yeah, the Braves just capitalized better, and they are a team that's leading the National League East, like over 60 wins. So I gotta give credit to where credit is due. Defensively, at fielding, they made some great plays. Yeah, and then but from our standpoint, definitely gotta clean up those errors, man. We're top 5 in the league in errors. Definitely need to clean those up. Definitely need to clean those up. And yeah, man. Overall, man, it was a good game. Definitely a good game. It made it interesting towards the end. CES absolutely impressed me tonight. And yeah, it was definitely close. Towards the end, in the 10th inning, in extra innings, definitely made things interesting too. But yeah. But anyways, guys, at the end of the day, you win some games, and then you lose some games. That's just all I'm going to say there, man. Let's see what happens throughout the rest of the series. And anyways, peace out.